You've Met by Jason Isbell is going to be played in standard tuning. The chords themselves are pretty easy. You just need to know a G major, a D major, an E minor, and a C major. And then also there's a little variant into like a C major 7 that occurs in the chorus. Most of the song is just these standard chords. So the intro begins on the G chord. I've got my second finger on the 6th string 3 fret. I'm really letting my second finger block out the 5 string altogether, but if you want to put your first finger on the 5 string 2 fret, you can. Open 4, open 3, ring finger on the 2 string 3 fret, pinky finger on the 1 string 3 fret is how it looks like Jason Isbell tends to play this chord more often than not. The strumming to it, it's really kind of sparse. I'm going like down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. The second chord, Jason Isbell tends to leave his ring and pinky fingers planted where they are on the 1 and 2 strings 3rd fret, just moving out of the G with the first finger to the 3 string 1 fret, emphasizing the open 4 string behind it. If you hit the open 5 string, that's okay too, but you do not want to hit the open 6 string. So G to the D chord. A lot of times you can hammer on into that D chord by kind of lightly strumming this chord with your first finger off and then hammering your first finger to the 3 string 2 fret. Moving out of this chord, you're going to go to an E minor, but you can pull off of your first finger from that 3 string 2 fret as well, and then just move your first finger to the 5 string 2 fret, hit the open 6 string while you're doing this. If the open 4 string rings out, that's okay, or if your first finger is muting the 4 string, that's also okay, but you want the open 3 to ring out, and again your second finger and pinky fingers, your ring finger and pinky fingers are still on strings 1 and 2, 3rd fret. Sometimes in this chord, Jason Isbell might lift his pinky finger and let that open 1 string out. And then for the C chord, he tends to play it as a C add 9, where we're just going to leave our ring finger where it's been this whole song, move out of that E minor with your second finger going to the 5 string 3 fret. Your second finger initially will be blocking out the 4 string. You'll have an open 3 string, your ring finger on the 2 string 3 fret, and if you want to put your pinky finger back down on the 1 string 3 fret, you can. After strumming this, you can usually hear Jason Isbell hammer on with the first finger to the 4 string 2 fret, and then like pull back off of that 4 string 2 fret, leading back into the G major chord. And if you want to lead into it by putting your first finger on the 6 string 2 fret and use that as an anchor point for a hammer on to your second finger to the 6 string 3 fret, as you kick back into that G, that usually sounds good. So that's the verse to the E minor, to the C chord, G chord, to the D chord, to the E minor chord, to the C chord. Now, live, usually Jason Isbell just goes out of the C chord directly into the chorus. All the live versions that I could find, I don't hear him playing that, but that's definitely on the album version. You can hear in the, I think it's the left channel, an acoustic guitar go before the chorus. So the way that I'm playing that is it really doesn't matter what fingers you use to fret it. I think sometimes I'm using ring and pinky, and sometimes I'm using second and first fingers. But after the E minor of the verse, after the second E minor of the verse, instead of just going to the C, you would go, if you want to mimic that sound that you hear on the album. So what that is I'm pulling up to the 5th fret of strings 4 and 2. I'm using my ring finger on the 4 string. I'm using my pinky finger on the 2 string. And just like down, down. The 3 string will probably be muted here. But if it's open, it doesn't kill the chord. And then also if your 1 string is muted, that's cool. If your 1 string is open, that's also okay. So the second chord will be my second finger moves to the 4-string 4 fret. My first finger comes down to the 2-string 3 fret. And here, I feel like you really just want those 2 strings right there that you're fretting to ring out. 4-string 4 fret, 2-string 3 fret. And you can either pinch that with your pick and like a second finger, or you can just strum down it, but let your second finger mute out the 3-string. And then you're going to bring that on down 2 more frets so that your second finger is on the 4-string 2 fret. Your second finger is probably muting out the 3-string, and your first finger is on the 2-string 1 fret. So we've gone. And then we go into the chorus, which is... So the chorus is going to begin on a C7. That is, put your ring finger down on the 5-string 3 fret, put your second finger down on the 4-string 2 fret. You'll have an open 3-string, you'll have an open 1-string. Strum from the 5-string to the, an open 2-string. So strum from the 5-string to the 2-string. That's just 1 down, and then put your first finger down on the 2-string 1 fret, and that's a C major. So we're alternating in the chorus between a C7 or C major 7 to a C major 7, C major, by just lifting our first finger to expose the 2-string, putting our first finger back down on the 2-string 1 fret, lift our first finger to expose the 2-string, put your first finger back down on the 2-string 1 fret. So it does that twice. Open, close, and then hit the close again, and then put your pinky finger down on the 2-string 3 fret. So we're going... basically inside of the... And the strumming here, I'm going like down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And then it pulls back into the G. And sometimes in that G, before repeating the chorus, you can hear Jason Isbell hammer on with second finger and first fingers into kind of like this like suspended chord in between the 6-string 3 fret with your ring finger and your pinky finger on the 1-string 3 fret. Hammer with your second finger and your first finger into C position, essentially. So your second finger is going to the 4-string 2 fret, your first finger is going to the 2-string 1 fret simultaneously. And then it repeats that chorus, moving your ring finger back to the 5-string 3 fret and lifting your first finger to begin the chorus. To another verse. Sometimes in this D chord, Jason Isbell will emphasize the 6-string 2 fret. So instead of just a standard D chord, you would grab the 6-string 2 fret with your thumb, or if you want to rearrange how you're fretting the chord, you could move with your first finger to the 6-string 2 fret out of the G chord. Then to the E minor, and sometimes maybe if you want to, if you put your first finger right there on the 6-string 2 fret, you might want to pull your second finger back to the 3-string 2 fret so that you can flesh out the rest of that D sound and still hit that little pull off right there if you want to. Hammers on and pull offs with your second finger on the 3-string 2 fret, but with your first finger on the 6-string 2 fret. So, yeah, I think that's everything. Those are the chords and the movements to We've Met by Jason Isbell. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.